Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. The first party conference after a major victory that Labour have just had is normally a very joyous, wonderful occasion where they celebrate all that they have achieved and celebrate going forward with all the visions they have for a better world. But alas, not this time. The Labour Party conference in Liverpool kicks off with some very, very dark overtones indeed. Misery heaped upon misery. People are stomping in, angry or upset. There is no joy in the air. Instead of jelly and ice cream and clowns making balloon animals, you have very thin gruel indeed. And it isn't going to improve. They moan about an economy that's stalling, and yet, strangely, they are the ones who stalled it with announcements of huge tax rises and millionaires leaving the country at a fast rate of knots. They talk about a £22 billion hole in the accounts, which doesn't exist. But even now that they've admitted it doesn't exist, they're still going ahead with all the taxes and all the cuts. They're talking about the cuts to the winter fuel allowance, which has annoyed, well, just about everybody in the country. They know that they are falling in popularity in all the polls, and yet they have got to go make merry in Liverpool and pretend that everything is well. But everything is not well. There really is no party atmosphere at the party conference. If there is a party there, it is more a funeral wake, and they're burying the Labour Party. It is very, very poor indeed. Now, they keep trying to blame the Tories, but in fact, the day they took over, the growth in this country was 1.25%. It's now nearly 3 months in, and it's been revised downwards to just 0.25%. They're not far off going into recession. This is the effect of having socialists who don't understand economies. You have all the corruption coming up, all the freebies, all the lies, all the cheating. There are things we cannot yet talk about, which I will love to talk about. And all of this has been their own fault. It is the optics, it is the messaging, it is the fact that nobody wants to come out and tell the truth and say, oh, well, we got it wrong, but we will improve, because they can never admit these things. They keep making mistakes time and time and time again. And the backbenchers are sitting there at conference looking at those on the bench at the front and thinking, they've screwed us. We're only this early into this parliament and we know we're already done. And for them, they need to get rid of Starmer. They need to get rid of Ange, and yet they can do neither. This is going to be a very, very awkward conference, but one sure thing will come out of it. In a couple of days, when the conference ends, and they all sit there hand in hand singing "Keep the Red Flag Flying," they all know that Nigel Farage will be the next Prime Minister. They're all going to traipse home to whatever little places they represent, sit in their offices and think, I'm done. Good. They've brought it on themselves and they can do nothing about it. They deserve all they get. If those backbenchers had anything about them, they'd be up there calling for a motion to remove Starmer and remove Rachel Reeves and make sure that those two incompetent pricks can never destroy this country again. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.